Buddy, this is the last video for this Friday, and this journal is made out of a dinner napkin. It's a trifold journal, and it measures 8 by 5.5, and it had a real pretty embroidery flower on it, and I used some crocheted ribbon, and it's a thick ribbon, but look how thick and pretty it made the bow. So I'm liking that. And oh, let me show you the back. It just comes on over, very pretty. It's got its natural stainings. I didn't coffee dye it or anything. It's, I wash them when I get them from estate sales and iron them. However, some things just don't come out, and I just leave them there. It shows part of the aging and the love it once had. And going inside, this opens up, and I used a huge ruffle here and stitched around it, and inside I put a card that been coffee stained and inked up, and it's glassine bag on top, and some part of a crochet doily, and it's a little pocket, glassine bag pocket, with a little bee. And then I put in this card with some stamped lines on it, which I thought was pretty coolio. And put that in there. And then this folds out. Now I didn't put anything here because I'm losing a lot when it folds over here. So, really you only have about that much. And I thought that would look kind of dorky, so I just left it as is. And again, this is a collage book. I used all my stuff that I printed out, too much stuff. I can't tell you who made some of these images, but I was just wanting collages. This is from that workbook that I have, and the date on it is November 12th, 1941 is the date he wrote on here. And this Ziegler Road and Jack Robinson Road is here in my hometown. Got some French here. Some lined music paper there. Another collage here, stitched around this one, and then put some very faintly lined paper with a little decorated card over here. This is a piece of scrapbook paper, and then I put this image of lined paper over there. This is from something I printed out that I had too much of, and like I said, this book is full of them. Over here is a pocket made out of the same fabric as the cover, or similar fabric. I don't think it's the same, but it's like the same style. I see a lot of this style at the estate sales when I go. So I used some of it, and I stitched it in white, and just layered some fabrics, and then I put a safety pin with a piece of filigree. And back here's a little tiny vintage scene, and a pretty lady, and just some strips of paper, and that's some very faintly lined paper. And then inside I added some cards, all different kinds of cards. We'll put that there, we'll put that there. Another little bitty one, like the coffee stain on that one. I'll put you over there. Another collage over here with some writing spaces and just some real pretty images. This is a card that folds out. It's got some different fabrics with a little sparkle. And then this paper here. So it folds back for extra writing. Nice big piece of assorted fabrics. I tacked them some down so they don't fly around and go crazy. But it's just some different fabrics, and then it lifts up for writing. It's just a hodgepodge. I like to call these hodgepodge journals. Got a card here with a collage of different things on it, and then cardstock on the back. I know this is Medieval Mirage. And put some different fabrics here with one of my little doodads, part of a crochet doily, and then a safety pin with a leaf charm. Some pretty roses, several cards. I would write right over that. Piece of ephemera back here with some aged paper. Pretty image here. None of these images are meant to coordinate. It's all supposed to be just a mixture of different kinds of things. A little card here with some lines. Another card here, postcard. Over here is another postcard with some hydrangea and some extra lined paper. In this pocket has the same as this, and it's got different fabrics with a little butterfly. And I put a photo mat in there. You can just glue you down your favorite picture, and then you can write on the back of it of what the picture is. And then another card. I thought that card went pretty together with the stamp and all that. I thought it coordinated really nice. Another faint image here. Another collage with a big piece of ephemera behind it and a flourish with some lined paper. That's from that workbook. And I just left the edges when I pulled it out. Some roses back here with a piece of music paper and fabrics. Another scrapbook paper with some lined paper. I love this page. I put in 4 cards here, but this is a bunch of different fabrics. I thought this fabric went really good. I know this image is Medieval Mirage, and it's got a little safety pin with a dragonfly and different fabrics, and I added a page with sari silk on it that was stitched, and a couple of extra cards. Y'all know this size is my favorite size. Another pretty image here with a collage of different papers. This got some different fabrics, and that folds back. Another big piece of fabrics, group of fabrics, I should say. This one's got a little sparkle to it. I love the big piece, and then it lifts up so that you can. I would write right over that. I sure would, or I might even put a photograph in it. You know, would be kind of pretty too. Some lined paper here, little card with some pretty images behind. Some more pretty images, parts of a book page, and that matches the fabric. And then another piece of scrapbook paper. I hardly ever use scrapbook paper, but one of these days I'm going to think of a use of how to use it and make it look old. Another pretty image here. Bunch of French, part of that French book that I have. And I know this is Medieval Mirage too, and then I added some additional places for writing. And then on the back side, I used the same ruffle. I didn't use it over here on the trifold area, but on the back I put one. And I'm just loving these as pockets. And then I put in a book of just assorted things. Little tuck spot there. This is just, I love to make these booklets. I just think they're great. Part of a music page. And looky there. You know, last week I made it through. And I didn't miss a tuck spot. I thought I was going to do this week too, but no. So I'll stuff that with something. Just different fabrics, different size papers. Little tuck spot here, a little part of a book page with a fabric pocket. Did it again. 2 for 2. Somebody, I think it was Paulette, reminded me of that last week, that I made it through. And I said, you know, you're right. So I made it through. This week I didn't. So I apologize for that. I'm going to leave that out so I'll remember to put some stuff in there. And then, of course, with the trifold, it goes over and over. So it's a real pretty book. And like I said, I didn't ink this or anything. All this is the natural wear and tear of the book itself, of the fabric, I should say, itself. So it was well used and well loved. I want to thank everybody so much for being here with me. I always enjoy my Fridays with y'all, and I enjoy the comments and, you know, talking back. It's nice. Thank you so much. And I will see y'all next week in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good weekend.